Hello, this is James George again. You know, being an infrastructure guy, I worked on a geothermal power plant way back in the 80s, and they told us there when we were building it, it cost 2 years of running it to pay it off. And then after that, everything was profit. And it was like $6 million. But when you realize, you know, electricity loses 70% in transmission, you start going, you want to have that energy source pretty close to where you're using it. The other thing with electricity is you have storable energy and then you have static energy. A lot of what these people tell you about energy, they're not very knowledgeable. They're saying, oh, electric cars better than gasoline and this and that, and yet you have to go into the facts over the past 50 years. And maybe that's why it's national security and they don't want to go ahead and give you up-to-date facts, because we were very vulnerable back in the year 2000 to 2010. I got to applaud them oil boys out there in the Gulf of Mexico producing 30% of our oil when we were importing 98%. You got to give them kudos for that. The other thing you got to look at is what they've done with the sands in Canada. These guys have quadruple production or something, but maybe I'm wrong, but I thought they said 700,000 barrels a day could go through that Keystone pipeline. If my numbers are correct, that is what we need in America in 2010 to hit equilibrium where we're self-sufficient. The Gulf of Mexico and the Keystone Pipeline could be just that thing that saves us in America. Then we can walk away from the Middle East, of which we've been getting 30% of our oil, and many other countries in the world have been getting. I got a little chart here, and what people don't realize is we were getting oil from 20 countries. There's my little chart. You know, I can name them all off: Canada, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Ethiopia, Venezuela. You know, we can go down the list. But you know what you ought to be looking at is that YouTube video of George Bush going out of office at his lowest percent of likelihood in America. And the dude is grinning like a Cheshire cat, waving. They're like, I'm a frat boy, and here I am with the G12 making the G20, and we're all investing our money here. You guys are so blind to what's going on in the world, you don't look at what's happening in the world. They're expanding the Panama Canal. They were building the largest offshore drilling rig in the world, 20 drill bits in one rig in South Korea. You wonder why Hillary Clinton is jumping across the table and telling North Korea, you so much as touch that oil rig when we're floating it over there to Alaska to set in place, we will blow you off the face of the earth. See her going like this to him? You guys really don't get it, do you? You don't pay attention to why they're putting this out in the media. But the people that are the blue bloods, that are the oil industry, that have been behind us and our economies throughout the world, have been showing you picture after picture, and you aren't perceiving what's going on. Why do you think they had an oil derrick rig in the Korean Sea or wherever it is? I don't know what sea that is over there in South Korea, pulling up a destroyer from South Korea. They were proven, they knew that these guys in North Korea sunk it. They pulled up their torpedo, and they showed the evidence to the world community because they were saying, you know, energy is crucial to feeding mankind. And that's what they're doing here. You guys in government are using the EPA as leverage to get what you want. You're a selfish group of people, you national organizational women. It's like what Van Jones says. Put off the radical pose to achieve your radical ends. Well, my name's Spanky, and I'll go Sam Kennison on you.